Greetings, my friends, and welcome to another enchanting tale in the world of Kriegeland. All right, here we go, day number 2. You make it out to the docks, and you're going to meet up with the inventory taker, Smithens. He greets you in his little office. He's got like a little, he calls it an office, but it's really a kind of like tool closet that's on the dock itself for him to just store some of the things that he needs as he's like doing his work. He keeps a lot of just ledgers and stuff like that and schedules, and they take you to his little closet, and he like opens the door as if he has room to like host you in it. And it's like doesn't even have a chair because there's not enough room. And he's like, welcome. He's trying to put on this, like, you can tell that he's trying to put on like a presence kind of to you as if he's hardcore, but his resources seem pretty limited.
All right, I'm gonna look in the shed, look around, and turn back to the guys like, I show you a good time. I'm a little bit hungover this morning. I've got a limp, and that's from you, Gary, and you know what you did.
And he like looks at me, he's like,
I'm like, and you were gonna bring me to the guy that kind of has his fingers into everything up here, who's kind of the head honcho of everything, and you bring me to someone's second cousin that they don't care for. Look, his shed is gonna fall over. You hang a hammer on the wrong side of that wall, and he's gonna be in a pile of timber.
Well, they're like, well, I mean, he's the highest ranked guy that we know is up to stuff, or was willing to talk at least.
Damn it, Gary.
Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. I thought this was good enough. I thought this was the deal.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Smithens is like, excuse me. I believe that I can help you more than enough. You asked for a meeting. Here I am. What can we do for you? What can old Smithens do for you?
Who's your boss, bud?
My boss? He's like, please, man. Obviously, I answer to Goldstein directly with what I want to tell him.
Gotcha. Okay. I need to talk to him then.
About what?
About how your business and his business is going to dry up in this economy if things continue the way that they are with that stupid child emperor.
I see. Well, do you want me to get you a meeting with Goldstein then?
Did you forget how this conversation started?
He's like, you wanted to talk to my boss, right? And so I should take you to Goldstein.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Come on, let's go see. So you guys will leave the docks. Actually, I mean, Smithens can't leave. He's gonna send one of the 4 dudes with you, and they'll talk about covering for him. But he gives a little note. He's like, here, take this to the maneuvering mercantile. He's probably just in his office. He'll see this note. It should allow him to find the time to come see you. He's a busy man. But Bart Goldstein, well, there he is. He'll be back in town though. So you spent most of the morning traveling out to the docks and talking, and then now you're most of the day back just heading in. And near the end of the day, but you do sneak in the afternoon, Bart Goldstein sits you down in front of his big, giant, imported, too large. It was obviously like a pain just to like move it and assemble it and put it into this office. They probably built the office around the desk.
Or took out a wall, put the desk in. Put the wall. Yeah.
Got this big pillowy chair behind him. There's assorted liquor cabinets around, and there's just boxes and random coins and random ledgers all over the place, and everything is extravagant. He's got 6 rings on. Big fat bald man. Looks like he's eating his way through his money, but has plenty of money to eat.
Gotcha.
So, Mr. King, hero of Kriegeland.
Potential.
Yes. Well, what can old Bart Goldstein do for you?
I'm going to stand up and walk over to one of the liquor cabinets. I'm going to poke at a couple of the bottles.
Okay.
One of these cabinets doesn't happen to be a mimic, does it?
He goes, I don't believe so.
You should get one. Could you imagine how funny it would be to introduce something as a liquor cabinet and then have the cabinet lick them?
Can you train monsters to do things like that?
It seems like you have enough money to be able to hire someone to do that. At least for the time being.
I mean, I suppose I like a good prank or whatever, but that seems a little out of my comfort zone. Is that what you came to talk to me about?
Actually, I came to talk to you about how you could have enough money to do stuff like that. It would be a really powerful move, but you don't.
Excuse me?
And you're not going to have money. In fact, your money's going to start drying up very quickly.
What are you, some sort of soothsayer?
No. What's money? Is gold, right? It's a finite resource.
Yeah, of course.
Where is this country's money going?
Well,
it's being spent by an 8-year-old with delusions of grandeur on a stupid tournament that I'm being forced into. And the money's just dumping it. It's being given to people like me, and it's actually being used to power the whole stupid thing. And the whole time, that finite resource is being used up. The well is going to go dry if you don't stop it and you don't help me stop it.
I'll say it. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Kriegeland's economy will never fail. Listen, I've heard some hocus pocus in my day, and I admit the king's probably blowing a load. Maybe he's even getting rid of gold, but that's his gold he's getting rid of. I've still got plenty of gold, and if that gold is rarer and rarer, it just means more wealth and more collection for me.
No, it really doesn't. What it means is that there's less for you to get your hands on. And
Ooh.
You don't
and you feel like there's like a bead of sweat and a shiver that affects him when you say it that way.
What you don't need a few pieces of gold that weigh more. You need fistfuls. You need bagfuls of it. You need your coffers spilling forth with the golden blood of your enemies. And you're not going to get it with the child emperor. What you need is someone on the throne who has strict policies and tight budget and absolutely no concept on how to do anything. You don't need a child that keeps blowing all of his money with no payback.
Okay.
You need an adult with your finger in his pie.
Let's say I agree with you on these potentially very dangerous words that you are speaking. Let's just say that I happen to agree with you. Why come to me and why assume that I can do anything about it?
Because you're the guy that has his fingers on the more entrepreneurial side of things. You don't let silly policies stop you from
Yes, the
getting
commerce.
like,
All that matters is the commerce.
yeah.
Hmm.
Here's the thing, though. We need that commerce to continue. If he keeps bleeding the country dry, it's, it's literally gouging out all of your clientele. And if that continues to happen, then Kriegeland is going to look weak, and we're going to get attacked by a neighboring country, and that's bad for business. The stronger we appear, the better you do off.
All
We
right.
need the other countries begging to bring stuff to us,
So,
not begging to take.
so, so, what is it that you think should be done? Are you suggesting some sort of coup or a potentially regicide?
Regicide? No. I don't think the kid's bad. I don't want to kill kid.
Well, he's the king. Someone's got to depose him in some way.
Right. Right. I'm saying you hold a lot of commerce and influence. Maybe you use that to start putting a little bit of pressure on him, making things a little bit difficult for him. And while that's happening, we're getting people that are protesting some of his decisions.
Mm.
And I'm going to do the same thing from the inside of that tournament. You've seen me fight, me and my friends. We will continue to do well. And you're going to help me do that.
Am I? Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So
You
now
bring,
the tournament that you were forced to be a part of is suddenly something you still wish to win.
here's the deal. I drop my bag of coins onto the desk. You help me win, the money comes back to you.
Ah, the king's
You
giving out gold for the spectacle, is he?
yes,
Hmm.
but you help me win, and we help each other make Kriegeland strong again.
All right. Uh, I suppose I could invest in your endeavors. You say you want to rally some political supporters. I'd like to see a little bit more push in the common man's tongue before I make any bold leaps or any other plays of action. So I suppose I could maybe we'll call it a political donation to what is it that you're all about? What's the end goal here? You gotta have a good ad-worthy motto or name, something, something to really rally and stick in their memories, or the cattle you're gonna speak to and hope for their voices is gonna trail out of their ears like a old bowl of stew pouring down an old man's belly.
Were you wanting a recipe, or did you want
No, it's a
to?
metaphor, you idiot. I'm just saying, what do you want from me to get started? But I need to hear. You gotta have something to give me to, like who are you? What's your
my
pitch?
my name is Joseph King, and I'm here for the common man.
Hmm. Do you intend to become the king, Joseph King?
No, no, no.
But just to find the next one?
I actually had no intention of doing any of this, but if you're sitting at the table, you play with the cards you're given.
Indeed, indeed. Well then, let's see each other's cards. And he tosses like a bag of gold onto the table
I,
himself, just to show that he's like, I can sling some
I,
gold around too.
I go to like undo my belt. Uh,
Not no, stop it, not that card. Okay, so
sorry, it
do
left
you
me in an
do you want
awkward
do you want
position.
cash? Do you want cash from Goldstein? Or what are you looking for something in particular?
Um, e- either cash or items.
He runs like the premier shipping company in town, but most of the stuff he's working with is just regular city and
Like regular contraband.
regular stuff to buy. Yeah, tools and lumber and stuff like that. So he doesn't necessarily have any magic items or anything. So he can just basically cut you a check.
Okay.
He
Maybe you can tell me who I need to go see for the best price. That kind of.
he gives you 500 gold, and he tells you that this is a donation, but he expects it to go somewhere.
Okay, so I dropped 195 on his desk, and then he gave me 500.
Yeah,
This is the greatest exchange ever.
yeah. He says, push the common man in the direction. He'd be willing to put more into this idea of yours just to at least see where it goes. Goldstein, if anything, is he's curious as he is entrepreneurial. So, he's always looking to fund endeavors. He famously funded the fabled ship and exploration crew led by the now fabled Jameson Franco. So Goldstein's been known to play with adventurers as long as he gets something out of it, So off you go with your 500 gold, and he looks forward to another meeting in the future.
Awesome.
Okay. And then by the time you get out of there, it's going to be the second night. Do you want to head back to Flaros again, or do you want to go find a place to just sleep, or what do you want to do for the night?
I'll just find a place to crash.
Okay. For like 2 silver, you could find someone's like hayloft or something, or like random spare closet that has like a pad on the floor or something, There's It's the last day in town then. Any other errands you want to run or anything?
Yeah, I need to go find some like gear or something that I can get to try and improve my odds in the next round.
Okay. Well, there is a magic item store called Trinkets of the Beyond in the you saw it in the it's pretty close to Flaros, so it's in the Noble district.
Okay.
Gonna head there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds
The
great.
proprietor, whose name is Melvin, he's like, "Oh, I had an interesting conversation with your teammate, the dwarf. He's renting some magical items from me. So, and he mentioned that his friends might come on in. So, what could I interest you in, oh wielder of magic?"
Well, I assume you saw my last performance.
Indeed, I have been following the tournament quite closely.
And you seem like a dashing, daring gentleman of genuflection.
Ah, you flatter, good sir. I must admit, I may offer discounts for flattery.
Well, you, Melvin, I hear have the best items in town and the mind to put the best items to the best person. So,
This is true. In fact, your friend Stovar has already offered a bit of a exchange, and I've offered him a bit of a discount, as it were, for his team. So, my friend, you are already talking to a man who's invested mightily in the hopes that you win it all. So, what can I do to aid your chances?
well, I could use some more spells. Would be great to kind of round out my capabilities.
I have a collection of scrolls.
Yes.
Um,
Anything that I can add to into my tome would be great and appreciated.
okay.
Also, I find armor to be too bulky, and I can't quite seem to make it fit right. Do you have any like charms or I don't know, gendered clothing that might offer a little bit extra potential for the?
Ah, yes, of course, of course. He says, "Hold on, and I'll let me get what you're looking for." He goes into the back where there's this iron locking door that he shifts and locks out and unlocks and kind of goes back there for a bit. He comes back with a medium-sized wooden box that he kind of is like lugging in, and then also a little, like, kind of looks like a jewelry box, maybe medium sized, like a potentially a necklace sized. But he slaps them both down. He opens up the big one to show you it's a bunch of scrolls. He brought out a bunch of cleric scrolls.
Okay.
But you can buy any level 1 cleric or wizard spell standard from the PHB from him. He's got basically at least one copy of all the level 1 stuff, and he'll sell them to you at a price of 25 per scroll, which is half price.
25 per scroll. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll take it. You said PHP. What about the
Book of Lost Spells.
Yes, anything from there?
Do you tell him you want to look at wizard and arcane stuff too?
Yes.
Okay.
You
kind of drop that you're like, I actually dabble in both magics, you know?
Well, yeah, what I'll tell him is like, well, cleric spells are more things that are gifted by my god, but as far as what I'm able to learn on my own, I can only, my god only allows me to learn in my free time from the arcane.
Complicated. All right, I like it. There's one that interests you. Just let me know about it. But if it's level 1, honestly, I'm okay with you having it because the Book of Lost Spells doesn't really have anything that's overpowered or anything crazy.
All right, so 25 you said per.
25 gold per level 1 spell scroll.
Okay. All right, sounds good. And
then in the little wooden box, the jewelry one, he flips it open and it's some sleek. They look like they're made of like stitched leather cloth and mithril thread. And they're these like sleek elven looking bracers. These are a wizard's best friend, and they're the like braces of armor. So they're just 2 AC if you wear them as a magic item.
Okay.
He can let them go for 250. So.
Okay.
And that's a fairly big discount. So.
Yeah. No, that's great. I'll do that. Right. Let's see. Okay. All right. I'm going to pick up 6 spells, I think.
Okay. So you still have 100 gold?
Yep.
Nice.
6 spells, bracers of armor. My AC goes up to 11. I love that.
That's gotta help. You got mage armor, right?
That might be one of the ones that I pick up.
Mage armor or shield or both are very.
Actually, I currently have mage armor and shield.
Oh, nice. Okay, good.
Yeah, that helps.
I was gonna say those are kind of the bread and butter of survival.
Yeah, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
You kind of have to.
Oh.
But with the 100 gold, I'm going to go into the seediest tavern in like the lower class district area.
Yes.
And I'm spending all of that gold on everyone until I get them chanting Joe King, champion of the common man.
Okay. Okay. And you're gonna spend 100 gold on drinks?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Basically, what happens is Bramblefoot Bistro is kind of the lower end tavern, but by the time you get there, there's already kind of a party going on that people are mostly ignoring you. They seem to be partying with some other team member or some other potential hero that's in there. But you find like a drinking tent that's like a little bit like even lower class, kind of off in the distance, like a mud pit. And you just start bringing people in, and you're just laying down cheap meads just for absolute days. And so you gather around a gigantic, absolute slosh fest. It's like Burning Man meets St. Patrick's Day.
I'm buying booze, food, whatever these guys want. I'm getting them.
You drop 100 gold and stupid hundreds of people. You get and you slowly cater them up to chanting Joe King, man of the people.
Yeah.
Joe King, man of the people. Joe King. And it's, man of the people. But, hey, man, They will remember that night for a very, very long time.
And then I'm gonna yell out, "Make Kriegeland great again!"
Make-
Yeah.
Thank you and good night. Okay. All right. The final night goes by. You might be feeling that a little bit in the morning, but you got your new equipment, you got your new spells. We'll say you took the time to scribe your spells, so go ahead and put them in your spell book. Because I think it's
Beautiful.
only like an hour for a level 1 spell or something like that.
Yeah. It's like negligible.
Yeah. So go ahead and take them. I'll say that that was the dry up of any of your scribing supplies. So in the future, you'll have to have scrolls and the cost that it is for the actual like scribing process. But we'll say you had enough for these 6. That's fine.
Okay.
He included it because he knew you wanted to like actually take the scrolls. So the magic shop guy included some of the magic inks and stuff. The third morning comes, and at the break of dawn, you get a little ping in your head, a little magical ping that you know that Valerio still has that spell that allows communication and stuff to you. You know, alarms him when you're like near his tower and stuff. And you hear the voice as dawn breaks on the third day. Magical alarm pings into consciousness, and the voice of King Alroy II calls out into your mind. Ready yourselves for journey and join the royal caravan at the Western Toll House by noon. So you slump your way up and there's like a pile of unconscious people just around you everywhere. And you're like, these are my people. You slick your little cleric vestments back over you, you gather your stuff, and you trot west until you make it to the toll house. And that is where we'll end. Joseph King, we'll see you at the next round of the tournament. Thank you, and good night.